G'day, Brian and Mark with you. Today we are talking strides, or as our American friends call them, striders sometimes.
Striders.
I have
Awesome.
heard striders in a couple of interviews in some books.
Yeah.
So, Mark, people often get confused about striders and strides. Why do we actually do these little ease out runs before we do a major running session?
Basically, they're part of your warm up. So they're a way of dynamically stretching out, getting activated. When they fit in really well with the running drills themselves, they go hand in hand. So one activates, one puts it into practice.
Yep. So would we do them before our drills or after our drills?
Primarily after your drills. So you've done your slow jog warm up, start doing some drills. Again, starting at the easy stuff, the walks through stuff, and then doing the run throughs after that before you actually start your workout.
Okay, and so we're doing our typical stride. How far are we going and how fast?
You can mix and match really. It's mainly probably 50 to 80 up to 100 metres if you want to go that far. Primarily 50 to 80 probably. Starting off, literally for most people, you can start off your first stride not that much faster than what you do for your jogging pace, and then progressively get a little bit faster as you go along. You can do 4, 5, 6, up to you really. Any more than 6 and you probably might as well just start your session, but 4 to 6 is probably a great number to start with.
So if you were going to back up and do a mile pace rep session after your strides, would you aim to finish your last stride at a similar pace to what you were going to do your rep session at, or would it be slower, faster?
I would suggest slightly faster. So your 5th and 6th strides would be definitely be faster than what you're about to go into for your mile rep pace.
Okay, and see a lot of people doing strides before races as well, and there is a school of thought that some people, rev themselves up to be actually running at quite a significantly faster pace than what they're hoping to maintain. It's particularly in distance running, like a 5 or a 10k. You see people belting up and down the strides at, almost their really fast 200 pace. So, would we just want to come up to the pace that we want to do in the race, or do we want to again be going quicker?
Yeah, again, it's just probably a matter of going a little bit quicker, but not. You don't want to be. There's no point going flat stick. Because you're not. Even your first couple 100 metres of a race is usually fairly quick, but it's still not flat out. So just at that sort of pace, I think slightly quicker than race pace is fine, but don't go beyond that. No.
Okay. And there's no real need to do strides just as part of a faster session or before races. You can do these with longer runs or some of your easy runs.
I'm really big on doing some strides after a long run.
Okay.
I just think sometimes after a long run where you've been sort of going at the same pace, it really is a great way of actually dynamically having a stretch. It just sort of, you don't have to do them fast, but it's just slightly faster than your jogging pace, and just gives you an idea of ticking your legs over again after you've been running for a long period of time at the same pace. And you quite often find that recovery is a little bit better after. You don't tend to feel as sort of stiff and sore. So I think it's something that everyone should probably practice, whether you're an elite runner or at any end of the scale.
That's true. And I have actually been trying that, and after 80 minutes or so, sometimes you can feel pretty jammed up and a bit tight, and you really have to just ease in that first couple of strides because your body just doesn't initially want to go there. But if you persist with it, then you do feel like you open up a bit.
You only have to do 3 or 4, but quite often if you're training in a training group environment, quite often you have to get your car and travel to your long run as well. So doing a couple of those strides after just means you're not quite as stiff when you get out of the car at the other end when you get home too. So I think that's important.
Sure. And just finally, on specifically for technique training, strides is probably, or particularly relatively easy strides, a good way just to practice some different things.
Yes, without taking your body into that area where you're getting really tired or really fatigued, where you're starting to break down. So it's definitely a great way of getting things activated and without putting your body under too much stress.
Good stuff. All right, well, there's some information on strides. I hope that helps.